The list is data structure in Python, and it's immutable, which means after creating the list, I can alter it directly. Also, it's ordered sequence of elements, and which means index it according to definite sequence. And to create list, we have to put the values between square brackets. And each value inside these brackets is called an item. And finally, we can use the list when we want to work with many related values. Actually, it's enable us to keep data together that belong together, consider our code, and perform the same method and operation on multiple values at once. And now, let's try to create list. So now I will create new list. As I mentioned, I have to start with square bracket and end it with closing square bracket. So for example, my list equal, let's say orange, then red, then gray. So it's enough now. So if I want to print it, my list, then I will get the same input. As you can see, we started with open square bracket, then the items, and finally with the closing square brackets. And now if I want to add new item, actually there are two methods to add new item with some difference. For example, the first one, which is append. So let's try my list dot append, then let's say black. So then I will print it. So here, as you can see, the item black was added at the end of my list. So let's try with the second one, which is my list dot insert, and here the insert method, I have to pass two arguments, and here is the difference, which is the first argument, it will be the index where I want to put my items, and the second one, it will be the item. So here it's optional where I want to put my new item, but with append it's mandatory, it will be added at the end of my list. So here, for example, I want to add it at the position 2, the index 2, then I want to add, for example, yellow. So if I print it, as you can see, the yellow was added at the index 2, 0. Don't forget, we start with 0, 0, 1, 2. Also, I can add another list to my list. For example, if I use another list which contain, for example, pink, then red, so green, it's enough. Then my list, it will be like that, my list dot extend, then list 2, which I want to add it to my list. So here, if I print it, then as you can see, my list from orange till black, and the list 2 starting from pink to green, and it was added at the end of my list. Also, with list I can search for specific item. For example, I want to search, let's say, for pink. My list dot index, then the item which is pink, then I will get the index. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to search for item outside of this list. Let's say, for example, gray, pink, yellow. Let's say any white. Then I will get error, and that's because white is not in list, which is my list. So let's try with another element or item, but this time it should be duplicated. For example, red, let's say red. So here we have two items with the value red. So here I get just the index 1, and that's because the index method search for the first instance of the given item. So here it will search from orange, then red, it was founded, then it will stop. And now let's try to, for example, remove an item. So to remove, we can use a remove method. For example, list dot remove. Then here I have to pass the item which I want to remove it. So for example, I want to remove black, then try to print it. As you can see, the black item was deleted. Also, there is another way to delete item from my list with pop method, but the difference is, for example, in remove I have to pass the item as parameter, but with pop I have to pass the index of the item. For example, my list dot pop, then here I will pass the index. For example, I want gray. So here it will be deleted and pop will return the deleted values. Sorry, it's by index, not by. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Then as you can see, the returned value or the deleted value, it was gray. So the difference between this method, for example, in this case, let's say I want to delete red. So remove method, it will remove the first instance, which is red, while pop is according to the index. For example, I want to delete the second red, then it will be deleted. So let's try to add, for example, another red dot add append, then red. So as you can see, now we have 3 duplicated red at the position 1 and 5 and 7. So I will try with remove, and I will remove red, then print my list. So as you can see here, the first instance which was founded was deleted, then the remove method was stopped. So with pop, let's try with pop. For example, I want to remove the second one, which is at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then here I will enter 5. Then I will print my list. Then as you can see, the second red was deleted. And that's the difference between the two methods. Also, if I want to, for example, sort my list, so I can use sort method. For example, my list dot sort, then print my list. So as you can see, my list, it was sorted according to the alphabet, so GOPRY. Also, I can reverse my list with reverse method. For example, my list dot reverse, then I will print it. So as you can see, Y, red, yellow, red, pink, orange, green. So the list was reversed, as you can see, and we can use len, which returns the length of the list. For example, my list, then I will get 5. Also, I can do the slicing operation on my list. For example, if I want to print the items, for example, let's say my list, for example, I want it from 0 till 4, then I will get from the position 0 then to the index 3. So as you can see, 0, 1, 2, 3. Also, I can use with the slicing. For example, if I want the step to be 2 every 2 steps, then I will get yellow and pink only, as you can see. Also, I can add another list to my list. For example, I have the list 2 equal, for example, to black, then red, then green. So if I want to add it to my list, I have to use extend method. So like this, my list dot extend, then I will pass the list 2 as argument, then print my list. So as you can see, my list from yellow till I think orange, or till orange, and the list 2 started from black, from here. My original list from yellow till green, and the second list, which is list 2, added at the end of my list. And now if I want to clear all the item from my list, then I can use clear method. For example, my list dot clear. Then if I try to print my list, so as you can see, I get it with no values or no items. Also, there is built-in function to I can use it with lists which contain number items. For example, if I has for example my list equal, for example, let's make it random. Then I can use the min. For example, my list, then the min number is 2. Also, I can, let's try to clear it before. Let's stay here, max. Then I will get, for example, my list. Then I will get 94 at the maximum value in my list. Also, I can use the sum, which return the sum of the items list. Then I will get 164. And that's it for the list. And now let's try to write program. For example, I have list, and when I enter number, then I will get the items from the list which accept to be divided by the entered number. So to write this program which return the items which accept to be divided by the entered number, I have to use the slicing operation. For example, Python my list, then equal, let's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I have this list, and when I enter number, for example 3, then the returned value should be 3 6 9. For example, let's extend it, and the 13 will be returned also because it's accept to be divided by 3 12. So now I will write my function, for example func, then I will pass lists as argument and the number which I want to enter. Then I will return the lists, but after using the slicing operation. So here I will start with the number which I entered. So for example here, for example I will enter the number 3. Then if I entered num which is 3, then 0 1 2 3, the number 4 will be entered, so I will make it -1 because we starting with 0, don't forget that. And then I will start from the number till the end, and the step it will be the number. So 3, then I will go 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3, and I will stop with 6. So let's try my func. Then I will enter, for example, my list, then then the number, which is 3, then I will get this. If I try it with 2, then I will get the even number. Then, for example, 5, I will get 5, 10, 15. 6, I will get 6 and 12. For example, 7, or let's make it 8, just 8. And so on. Now, let's try to write another program. Let's think about another program, for example. So now, let's try to write program. For example, when I enter number, then the last element with this number will be switched to the start of the list. For example, if I entered, for example, 1, then the last item in the list will be switched to the beginning of the list. If, for example, if I entered the number 5, then the last 5 numbers or the last 5 items will be switched to the first of the list. So let's try with this simple program. So here, for example, my list equal to, let's make it randomly, but not like that. So now I will write the function, for example, func, then lists, because I need to pass my list, and the number which I need to pass it, then colon and return. And now, for example, if I entered the number 3, then I will get from 73 till the end, and I will switch it or move to the beginning of the list. So to do that, we can solve it with the negative indexing. For example, lists, and then I will start from minus num. So here I will get, for example, 3. So here minus 3, and that's mean minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 till the end. And I will combine it with the first part of my list. So here the lists or my lists, which will be passed with the function, then here we'll start from minus num, which is, for example, 3, from here till the end, and I will combine it with lists, with the first part of lists. So here, so from the beginning till the number. So let's try it. For example, function func with my lists, I will pass as argument list, and then, for example, I want the last number. Then, as you can see, the number 3 switched from the end of the list till to the beginning of the list. For example, if I want to switch, for example, the last 5 numbers, then from minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 54. Then from here, from 54 till the end will be moved to the beginning of the lists. And that's it.